Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. What are we at these days? Campaign 25, week 3. So today, or a couple days ago, we ended up getting the October and November calendar. First time that they ever posted twice at once, mostly because they have quite a few days off in the office. So just to make sure that they could get it out in time, they just figured why not post both of them. So yeah, we have the October and November calendar. Of course, November being the 11-year anniversary of the game as well, with the pet coming in on that 12th and the events for the 11-year anniversary starting on the 10th. With the most important things happening this month mostly being on both the 20th, or the weeks of the 20th and 27th, with the 20th starting the Halloween event and everything that entails with the new troop, new pet, the old returning armor and everything, as well as a Vault Weekend that weekend. But on top of that, we also have the Halloween pet on that following Wednesday. And specifically, the Silverglade event is pretty important because we did learn from this double month post that not this upcoming Guild Wars, which is Golvania, but the Guild Wars after that, that's in November, is a Guild Wars for, where does it go? For Silverglade. And of course, we have a Silverglade event week, which means you can event key for Silverglade troops. So that's pretty important if you don't currently have a Silverglade setup to end up going and end up utilizing that then. So you can get all your troops on the 20th during that week. And then by the time it rolls around on the, what day would that be? On the 6th, you'd be good to go when it comes in like 2 weeks later. But anyways, how have you guys been doing? Welcome, welcome. So main game plan for today, of course, is going to be a raid event. We do have Divinion Fields raid, as well as, I believe, the first time since the upgrade of the thing, where we can end up running the 50% Centurion King. Of course, we had a Guild Wars for this, I think, for the second Guild Wars of the new format. However, this is the first time, I believe, since then that he's been realistically targetable. You can just throw event keys for him and get him pretty easily this week. But yeah, really good for Divinion Fields week. Very good for 4-time Centaur week, teams, both of which you'll be using quite a bit of this week, since we basically have 3 game modes with that restriction. We have Raid event, we have Underspire, and we have the Thursday class event. Though for the Thursday class event is a little bit less needed. But for the other two, this is really, really nice if you haven't already picked it up. But he's in event keys this week. Probably biggest pickup that you'd want to get from event keys. But anyways, hello everyone! Hello Tyrion! Hello Bill! Oh gosh. Hello Jets! Hello Chad! Hello Cookie! Hello Crisp! Hello Vernaus! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Golvania is next Guild War though. Yes, next Guild War is Golvania. That is the one that's happening on the 16th. So on the 16th of this month, October, we are getting the Golvania Guild Wars, as you can see it down here, right? Yeah, Golvania Guild Wars. But the following month, we end up getting the Silverglade one. But the reason why the Silverglade Guild War next month is relevant this month is we have a Silverglade event this month on the 20th. So even though the Guild War isn't for it this month, you can get all the things you need for the following Guild War this month. So make sure you do that on the week of the 20th, though I'm pretty sure most of you guys probably already have everything, but if you are a newer player, mid-game player, and you don't have like a good Silverglade team, what does Silverglade even have? We went over Golvania earlier, but I didn't go over Silverglade yet since we haven't known that until this chart. But what does Silverglade have? Like, what are you looking for in keys if you were to go for it? Queen Aurora is pretty interesting with the +1 all. Just to have, Tanabarum's pretty good. It has impervious 33% score reduction into triple damage to entangle. Within its own kingdom, it doesn't have that much synergy, unfortunately, but it's still a pretty good first slot troop. Or this is the main too, it seems like it. Because your main damage source would kind of just be, actually, what is the main damage from this location? Oh, this could be a little bit rough for next Guild War. I didn't think about that. You do have this guy, which is kind of funny. Isn't attack and armor gain to a bunch of death marks? Bone Golem could be a nice cheap option. He's definitely the cheap team's win condition for sure. When we make the budget team, you're building an entire team around Bone Golem. It's not even in question. Like, this thing could technically solo. It has death mark, durability gain, and attack gain, and 50% score reduction. It's actually pretty solid. Especially since a lot of teams, unless they're running... Actually, they can't even run Wanda Stars because you can't set it on defend team. So a lot of teams aren't going to have immunity to death mark. So you'll be able to get a lot of value from that. Though I shouldn't say that. Elementals has it tied into the troop. So actually quite a few things would. But if you have a curse option off a weapon, you'd be able to get past it. Oh, but you won't be able to because you're also restricted by Silverglade weapon too. That's another thing that's going to happen. And another thing to consider for the Silverglade week as well is not only are your troops restricted, but you might want to pick up a weapon too. Because you are restricted to only these weapons here. for the Silver Glade event. Oh yeah, we have access to life and death. That's fun too. I almost forgot about that. Well, a lot of death mark mechanic, oddly enough. I never realized this kingdom had so much death mark, though I guess it's mostly the faction that has it all. Because this is also technically the faction weapon, which you would get on that Tuesday, on the 21st. But yeah, this has death mark, the other thing has death mark. It's really death mark heavy faction, oddly enough, even though the kingdom itself doesn't really have any death mark otherwise. Interesting. Alright, oh, we already did all that earlier. But yeah, let's start getting into raid event. And go from there. You were asking for Golvania for the other reasons? You understand silver. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's Halloween related, of course. Try to keep pretty thematic with the month. But anyways, let's start getting into things. Let's go. What raid team are we using? Yeah, we're just going all in on Ward Breaker. That's pretty much the whole strategy this week. Just all in on Ward Breaker, get it rolling, win, rinse, repeat, and we should be good to go for the entirety of the event. Earlier on, we might even be able to get away with a little bit more mana accumulation, but I think this is fine for now. Actually, well, what else would I really change? This pretty much is it, because what do we have for Empower? The problem with this place is it doesn't have Empower Converter. It has some board control that you can kind of cascade, which for early game is kind of nice, but it's not consistent enough later in the game. And it's just basically just an attack gain, and it's not really worthwhile to run a skull build in this place. There are ways to do so, it's just not worth running compared to just running Ward Breaker spam, as long as the enemy team doesn't have Submerge. But the way to get around that is to, of course, set Mechanist class or something similar. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Alright, we're good to go. And of course, we have to use the raid troop for double score, even if we don't necessarily need it at the moment. Hello, yeah, you're still missing Silver Draken, yeah. There's a couple things there that could definitely help with the Guild War. I'll mention it a bit more on the week of, just because it'll be a little bit more relevant then. So we're still a couple weeks out, we still got like 3 weeks until then. You're about to max out your 23rd brown and 24th Kingdom purple. Nice, huge, huge, huge. Let's see. Say all the hellos? Did I not say all the hellos? Who did I miss? There's hello Tyrion. Wait, did I not say all the hellos already? I could have sworn I did. I'm losing it. Let me just kill that out real quick, get our mana accumulation, go from there. Oh yeah, his lower mana cost is so nice. I keep forgetting that. I haven't used him that much ever since he's been reduced down to a 28 mana cost. He used to be 30T. He used to be 32, then reduced to 30, then reduced to 28. He's been 28 for about a year now, but this is like the second time I'm using him since he's been buffed that way. Because I pretty much haven't used him since he got that buff, as there hasn't really been a reason to, because realistically you only bring him out for 2 reasons, Divinion Fields and Centaur. Because he's not worth using on a general team, unless he's like one of your only few mythics. And he's not worth using in a dragon team, because there's just so many better dragons out there. Because there's just so many good dragons in general. But for Centaur and Divinion Fields, he's the best that either category has, which is nice. It's nice that some troops are kind of in that category where, like, if you can use anything, you're not going to use them, but if you're given a certain restriction, they're, like, best in slot. Your son just got home. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's something that ended up happening pretty tragically the other week. One of the reasons I kind of been all over the place, too. But my mom ended up getting injured at work. I think it was on Wednesday of last week. So I've been having to take care of her even more than normal. She's basically wheelchair bound now. My understanding is like something fell at work when they were doing renovations or something. Like something was loose. And she ended up fracturing something in her leg. It will probably heal over like a very long period of time, but for now she basically can't walk. So I've been having to deal with that over probably next few years. But hopefully it should heal at some point. Like, it's not like completely broken, but enough that she can't really be walking on it for a very long time. We'll go for the World Breaker there. What do we need here? We'll take that one over. I keep thinking this is an AoE option. I'm not sure what other ability I think this is. I think it's like a Cosmic Dragon or something. I keep looking at the ability. It's like, oh no, that's probably something. Yeah, I think at this point she's going on disability and just retiring at this point because she's pretty old. Like, she's like high 60. And she'd been considering retiring for a while, but after this injury, I think it's the thing that she's finally going to retire over. Because she can't even work if she wants to for the next year or two. Oh, so thank you so much, Em. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's gonna be tough because I'm probably gonna need to take a part-time job as well to offset money, because obviously this YouTube channel doesn't cover everything, and I do some other work online, but even that's not enough to cover it either. And this channel could never really make enough unless I start doing like a lot more with it. I don't really expect it to for the most part. Just kind of a side thing that we do. But thank you so much. I was not sure why it's not showing your whole name, Mulu. It's only showing M. I'm not sure why it's only showing partial on my end. But thank you, Mulu. Greatly appreciated. Its PvP season Immortal looks really weak. I haven't actually looked at it yet. I haven't even looked at this month's Mythic yet. I've just kind of been waiting until it happens so I could be surprised by it. And in case they change it like a billion times over. But we can go take a peek at it real quick. Or at least the Mythic this Friday. That's the one I'm probably most curious on as far as things that are about to come like any day now. It should be the Mythic all the way at the top here. Whatever one says Mythic. If it'll load. Oh, so does this page have a dark mode? Loading. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. It might take a minute for it to load. The Pokemon things? What did you mention earlier? Did you read the Pokemon things you posted pre-stream? Also, new raids next week will require both games for solo or online. If only one game. Solo or online? Oh, you need both versions? Okay, I think I still have my other account set up for that then. So we could do that next week then if you want. What was the other thing? The code thing? Well, I couldn't end up going to it because I have no ride. Plus, I'm pretty sure the GameStop near me is closed. But even if it wasn't, I had no ride. I'm not going to Uber over there just for that. Is that something else I'm going to need to sort out over the next few years? Because my mom was kind of my ride to a lot of things that isn't in walking distance. So anything outside of walking distance I can't really get to for the next couple years without having to pay a lot. You can flip burgers at... Oh gosh, the Wendy's near me is so bad. Everyone at it looks so depressed as well. If I was to get a part-time job nearby, it'd be like some kind of like mom and pop kind of thing. Like one of the smaller businesses. I would hate to want to work for like Wendy's or like a McDonald's or something. Infinite napkin hack. But no, the Wendy's near me is honestly one of the worst, I think, in existence. I have never seen one worse than that one. Like, the building itself almost needs to be demolished. With how old it is and everything. Wouldn't be surprised if, like, the bathroom in it has mold and stuff like that. It's such an old establishment that's really run down. Yep, thank you, Terry. Yeah, she should be able to get better over time. Right now, just in the early stages of, you know, kind of getting used to it now. since he can't really walk. That and me basically have to do all the house chores now. Already did some, but now I need to do like basically all of them. I just keep forgetting. We have this one-shot thing just sitting here. I can use it. The reason I keep not using it is I keep thinking it's mana blocking something. I guess technically it's mana blocking green, but for the most part, not really. Let's go for a hit there. Good to go. Oh, is there a new upcoming hurricane? I haven't been keeping track of them. Yeah, we are still in hurricane season. Still got like another month to go. Normally this area after September seems to be pretty clear most years though. It's like August and September that this year normally gets hit the worst, and we were actually did pretty good this year on hurricanes. Yeah, technically hurricane season goes almost all the way to December. But this area normally doesn't get hit by much until then. Also, thank you, Tyrion, for the 2 bugs. Greatly appreciated. But thank you, thank you. But yeah, if you want to do the Pokemon thing this weekend or whenever you mentioned it was, just let me know. Because I have both versions of the game, so I could do whatever you mentioned. Just let me know what I need, and we can go do it whenever. Tacit Mom's GoFundMe, so Tacit doesn't need to get a job stream. Honestly, I might need to start doing something more with the channel or something. I've been taking some more other online work as well. But I still need to go figure out how to cover more. Because she does go on disability, she'll probably make it about half as much as she was before. So I would have to make like an extra almost 1,000 a month on top of what I'm already making. Like, I need to make what I'm already making and, like, another 1,000 on top of that. If we were to have, like, the same income level as before the injury. Though, of course, we can cut back on some things like food and such here and there. Also, Mulu! Oh, gosh. Thank you so much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Only need 950. Also, keep in mind, when it comes to tips, I should probably get the other donation thing working again. I think it is already. I need to go double check it because I haven't checked in a while. But sending it through PayPal or that other link allows me to keep more of it, by the way. I think YouTube takes like almost 30% from tips. Whereas something like PayPal directly takes like, what, 3% or something? But greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Yeah, we'll be able to get through it. If anything, it's almost a slightly good thing in the sense that, well, obviously her getting injured is bad. But I mean that in the sense that she would actually make more money from going on disability and then retiring than if she were to just have retired. So in that regard, it's somewhat good, but obviously her being injured like that is really bad. But she was kind of planning on retiring soon anyway, so that was kind of the thing that pushed her over the edge. And that's all of our battles. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, next thing. What do we need? Dailies. Good to go. Everything over here. I can get the rest of the stars later. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't done it already, don't forget, you can get these tasks whenever they're fully completed. I think I've done all of them except the extra turn one, which we'll probably get to stream at some point. And after 3 weeks, we would have had all the rewards from the 10-week event. Though, of course, you still have another 7 weeks to go and finish them. Plenty of time. Raid boss, we literally just did. Wrong button. Alright, games. What do we have? Underspire. Underspire this week is what? Is the Centaur team that annoying to go run? I think I would do a mid completion. I did do a full completion last week. I don't think I will this week. Where's my team? We showed it for the video. The team is this one right here. Ori, Orion, Ward Breaker. Well, for the really early fights, we only really need what? A Ward Breaker quick kill? Well, I guess technically Ori quick kill is fine as well. We don't really need much more beyond that. Destroy comm, deal damage to all enemies. Yeah, Ori does more damage than Wardbreaker. So I think what we do is just set Mana Link here, right? Go for Mana Link of Divinion Fields, Kingdom. Grab Divinion Fields, wherever it is. Where is it? Divinion Fields. Grab like in a, I don't know, in Atlanta or something. I think we've run something like this. And then run like a Mechanist class so we can get rid of any Submerge for the really rare times that they come up. And then change our banner to be all in on that, like yellow, I guess yellow-red. Well, we're already on it, never mind. Oh, I need yellow-red that doesn't minus purple, though. So we can keep the same colors, I just need a different minus, like green, there we go. Alright, perfect. But yeah, we'll just run this team then. Oh, Atlanta, oh, but it doesn't matter. I was gonna say Atlanta doesn't give, oh, but this also doesn't get 50%. Oh, wait. Okay, I do still have to use the Ward Breaker strat. Wait. I forgot, because Ori, it doesn't get 50%. Because it's not a Centaur. Alright, we'll just have to do it like this then, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Perfect. Alright, oh, but now I need a not minus green. Wait, go back. Wait. Okay, and then we'll just use Atlanta for the +1 into that. Okay, that's fine. Could even use Herdmaster or something, but we'll do it for the damage, I guess. Alright, now we should be good to go. Now we grab this team and, yeah, I think we're just going to floor 4 completion. That'll be fine. I don't think we need anything more than that. Alright, games. Go to, what am I doing here? Underspire? Not Underspire. Yeah, Underspire. I just want to go get the thingy real quick. Save that. Okay, good to go. Alright, what do we need? We'll grab our green, get our Ward Breaker. I wish this place had better empowers. We have one that has like a little bit of border control, but doesn't really do immediate mana. Now let's grab our free lantern. Grab our extra torches. Might as well do all of these now. I was originally just going to get the lantern for now, but we're already here. Let's just do all the battles. Oh, we'll go probably cycle around the PvP then. Oh yeah, let me go hand out a code. I haven't handed out any codes yet. The last stash of our codes that we have left. Also, I should be getting a Halloween code at some point to go hand out this month. But for now, we still have a reserve of a couple more months of a single code every stream. Until we eventually run out and only have pet codes then. Like the 1 pet code a month. But we still have some normal codes. There you go. Also, let me know if those ever stop working, by the way. They should still keep working for a while, but let me know if they ever stop. But they should work still. For the gym key and everything else. What do we have here? Number 10, number 11. Keep taking higher number. Yeah, when it comes to minimum wage jobs near me, I'm not even sure what they really pay these days. Because I know minimum wage in my state is like $7.25, but I would assume places pay higher than that these days. Because gosh, anything less than 15 feels like nothing these days. I haven't actually checked my area to see like around what it is. It's actually insane how much different like wages are these days compared to actual cost of living. His minimum wage needs to be almost like 20 something to have kept up. And in my area, it's still 725. I know they pay a little bit more than that. Not sure what the exact number is though. Because even my mom was still making 725. It's just the way that tips work there, she could make as much as like 30 an hour or something. Because of how it's scaled up. I mean, it is basically like tip work in a sense. But it still had like that minimum wage cap thing. Kind of like how if you were like a waiter or something. That wasn't what she did, but it, you know, it's kind of like that same kind of element. Or if they don't get tipped well, they make almost nothing. But if they do get tipped well, they make like, you know, 20, 30, 40, $50 an hour. As I keep wanting to cast this out of habit. Normally you would if you were going really deep, but for the earlier fights, it's just not really needed. Because normally what you'd want to do with a team like this is immediately get your mana accumulation weapon up, and then feed that into your main damage and go from there. We're doing a little bit different with how we have the team set up since we only need one cast to win. Another thing we could be doing too is actually first slot Atlanta for the very first floor. It's actually ever so slightly quicker than Wardbreaker and is actually enough damage to kill, so I'm going to actually start doing that. Because for the very, 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 very early fights, we're going to need it. And I'm pretty sure it's enough to kill all of these, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Also, how have we used so many torches already? We're down to like 2 torches and I haven't even found the room yet. Oh no. Yeah, I think we're just going for floor 4 completion. I'm definitely not going for full completion with this team. It definitely can. It's just going to get a little slow at the final floor. Since our only main damage source is just keep spamming Wardbreaker until you win. Which is fine, but we'll go for floor 4. Oh, we did find a room. Nice. There it is. Bill Warhammer. No, I would never work at that Wendy's. It is probably the worst fast food place I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen some pretty bad ones. I do know a few places I'd probably apply to nearby if I was to do one nearby. Oh, under Spire, nothing we need to do there. Dungeon, come on, top 3, top 3, top 3. Guess the door. Oh, we got death trapped. Boo. Unfortunate. Yeah, there's something annoying due to how I've done work my entire adult life. I literally have no 401k or whatever that other thing is called, like a Roth IRA or whatever it's called. I do have investments, but, you know, they're not in like a, something like that. It's not like a particularly high amount. I mostly keep it around, so it's for like medical emergencies or anything. Because the way I have it set up, I can kind of take it out of it any year I need it. Like, it's somewhat frozen, but it's not frozen for like literal decades. Which is one of the annoying things about like a 401k or something similar. Because you can't really touch it until retirement for the most part. Or there's a lot of other investment things you can touch it like in half a year or a year or so. Without really losing how much you have in it. So how's this thing not dead yet? There we go. Perfect. Alright, what's left? Just PvP? And do I guess do a delve? Alright, fine, we'll do a delve real quick. City of Thieves Deep Delve. What one do I not have set up right now? This delve. Let me just do a quick kill on this one real quick. I do a quick kill on 50 and then I'll get it set up for the deep delve again. Because this is what, a 3-room completion? Right? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, I could have just done that on the other one as well. We have like a Thrall Tesla quick kill, that's fine. The Thrall's in a little bit of a dangerous location there. Yeah, it's something I haven't done in this area in a while. I haven't actually been to the beach for like years. Even though I live like literal minutes from a beach. Actually, now that I think about it, the last time I've been to the beach was pre-pandemic, like 2019. Like that November or December right beforehand. But yeah, since the pandemic, I've actually not gone to the beach a single time, which is kind of funny. Despite pretty much living on it. Not literally, but, you know, like a minute walk. Like, once you get past that major road, it's literally like a minute walk. You're just getting past that major road. That's annoying. Because that alone could take like a minute or two to get past that road. Actually, there's 2 major roads. So the major one is the more annoying one. The other major one isn't that one big a deal, like the one right on the ocean. Mostly because it's a lot thinner, so it's a lot quicker to get by. What's it doing here? We did all that. How many Vault keys do we have left? When's next Vault weekend? We got it on the calendar. That's not it. Next Vault weekend is... Oh, we got some time. Yeah, it's not until the 24th. Okay, so we got plenty of time to open those Vault keys. I'll just let them sit there for now. The rest of our stack. Alright, let's go do some PvP. Is there anything left? I think we need to go complete out. Campaign. Oh, we finally finished the campaign thingy. Nice. How many more brown D-books do we need for a kingdom upgrade? Or do we already have enough? Because we might need to decide where that is soon. 19. We're gonna get 2 more, I think, from this season. So yeah, we still have a little ways to go. Because we're gonna have like 21 by the end of the season. So we still need, what, 28? I don't think I started upgrading any of the brown kingdoms yet. I can't remember which one I ended up deciding on. I know for a couple of the other ones I decided on, like Suncrest to 20 and stuff like that. And obviously the magic one over there. I don't think we really concluded which brown one we were gonna do. When we were doing that one stream one day, going through all of them. I don't know, we'll figure it out once we get a little bit closer, but we're getting to the point where we kind of need to decide. Alright, first things first. Let's go use up all of our gold marks that we got last week. We do have a set of 3 deed books to go open. That is not purple. That is purple. Nice, we got one. Alright, only one, but I'll take it. One step closer. How many do we need? Permanent final magic. How close are we? We are at... That's not it. We are at... how many more remaining? Because that's going to be 2, so 7, so 11. 11 more purple deed books. We're almost there. We just need like one more purple season to like roll around. We'll be good to go. All right, let's go to PB dailies then. So what do we need here? We need to do either Rashka or Glacial Peaks. So obviously we're going to do Glacial Peaks. Because we get to use Glacia. Alright, get our Glacia. Oop, there we go. Glacia. Alright, what else do we need? Empower. Sure. Link for blue. Yellow link. Blue link. Blue link. What's your ability again? Deal a bunch of damage. Blah, blah, blah. If they're a boss, convert 3 purple to freeze. What's your ability? Blah, blah, blah. Drain 6 mana from the... Or 8 mana from the enemy and freeze them. Steal a bunch of gold. Oh no, I'd rather have this. This doesn't count as a boss enemy, though. I think I'd rather have the Frost Feather thingy. I guess they do run a boss or something. And that does mean we have to use a Glacial Peaks weapon. What do we have for this? Anything good? That's the only thing that's going to be kind of annoying here. is we are restricted to... I guess that has to be Sapphire. Just so we don't block Glacia. And just go double blue here. And go like a blue. What color are we not using? I think we're using everything, right? Yeah, we are. I guess technically brown we're using the least. So +2 blue yellow would probably be pretty good. Blue green could also be fine. I'm just going to go all into Glacia then. And since this is already a pure kingdom, I might as well go Frost Mage and complete it out for the extra magic. Because we get 10 magic from running 4 Fae and 12 magic from running 4 Glacial Peaks for 22 total. Which is a lot of Glacia damage. Alright, should be good to go. I don't think we need to change anything else there. Let's get it rolling. If anyone still has any question or anyone want to go over, do let me know. And of course, this Friday we will be going over the new Mythic when it comes out. Probably not going to be doing a stream that day though, but as far as Mythic, obviously we'll be covering that in the morning, going over all that stuff. Oh nice, that one blue creation actually got it. I can't wait till she's max, because I believe she gets to create like 2 or 3 every single time. Which is going to make it even easier than it already is, which would be nice. Definitely be a great benefit to her. I was gonna say, I hope he doesn't get the mana drain gem. But then I realized that it's invulnerable, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean to everything. Well, pretty much everything. So we don't actually need to worry about the freeze thing. What we do need to worry about, though, is I actually just died. To that Glacia there, we gotta be careful. Glacia, it's really hard. You got a yellow book? Nice. Well, you're trying to upgrade with yellow. Because we're getting pretty close to be able to upgrade to Strix Place for +2 its permanent attack as well. Actually, I think we're closer than that one than any other category at the moment. Oh, nice. That one convert is huge. Now we can just do this right into the other thing then. Perfect. Alright, 2 more battles. We gotta win both of them, otherwise we don't get the boss thing. Which we still have a PvP goal to have to kill X number of. For a little bit of extra reward. You'll be upgrading 3 kingdoms now? Nice. Huge congrats. Yeah, this game is really heavily set up on all those small little progressions you get over time. Things to go for long term or just kind of poke at daily. Alright, what do we need here? We'll do that. Oh, but then that raced the blue. Wait, I looked at that wrong. Whoops. It's 25 or 38. You don't know what kingdom yet not left. Yeah, honestly, at that point, you're probably running out of good kingdoms to go do. There's actually quite a lot of them. I forget how many I have numerically done. I only want to say like a dozen-ish. Maybe slightly more than a dozen. Though we're pretty close to getting like 4 or 5 upgraded soon. We're just missing like the few deed books on each to go do so. The biggest issue is I really need to go do some Explore 12 grind at some point. This is one of the biggest things bottlenecking us. Oh, is that enough to get the season goal done? Oh no, that was just PvP battles. Surprised that one wasn't already done. So when Guardian battles is time gated, there's no way to do this. Well, actually that's not true. There's ways to do it quicker. But if you're just doing the dailies, there's no way to do this quicker without spending, I believe, money for the thing. So this will just get done when it gets done. Though there's enough free battles that you'll get it done automatically. But those are like the Guardians that we just faced, like the one we just killed today. This we can get whenever. I would just have to get more PvP rating. We generally get Legendary 2. I generally don't go for Legendary 3. I forget how much you need for it, but it's generally way more than I normally go for, I think. Or is that the one you need 150,000 for? Is this the 150,000 one, or does it go higher than that? I can't remember. I could have sworn it went higher than 150,000. Maybe this one was only 150,000. Because my PvP rating's still pretty low this season. And then this one is kind of RNG based if you get her or not. And we're generally not going to end up getting this one. You kind of need to buy the Kingdom Pass, or the Season Pass to be able to get that one more. Oh, we have a Gold Booster if we want to go use that into the Burning Marks to go test our luck. Oh no, if I was to use Gold Booster, what would I even use it on? I guess we could do 15 minutes of Explore 12. So maybe I'll go do that. Plus we could do PvP real quick in the middle. So maybe that's what we do real quick. I go get the buff right now before I use it. And then we go do 15 minutes of PvP in Central, and then we go shimmy over to, to the Explore 12 grind then. Because you're just kind of talking about that with Kingdom upgrades. So I think that'll be our game plan then. Golvania because there's no more Magic Kingdoms to upgrade? Oh gosh. Well, hey, if you get an upgrade quick enough, Golvania Kingdom event coming up soon. Or not Kingdom event, but Guild War event in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure almost no one has Golvania upgraded. Because we need to have basically every other Magic Kingdom upgraded first to be able to upgrade Golvania. Otherwise it's a waste to upgrade to Golvania. So very few people actually have it upgraded for like the extra team bonus and everything. Also, wow, that stays around for a while. And thank you again, Mulu, by the way. Greatly, greatly appreciate it, Tyrion and everyone. Oh, yeah, we'll take the blue there. Grab our out a little bit. That's one thing that always gets me off here. Whenever I do the stream, I always elongate it a little bit so it covers the whole screen. But whenever you do that, the choice option is always offset ever so slightly, which always throws me off. Because normally I'm not playing like that when I'm doing like the dailies if I'm doing it online. Or if I'm doing it on PC instead of mobile. Okay, let's go claim our free PvP loot. And then with the 15-minute booster, I'll go do Central PvP until we get our Valhawks. And then go do the other thing. But with these, let's go open them real quick. We get a bronze icon of nothing. And we get a gold icon of nothing, but at least a little bit better nothing. So very unlucky rolls there. Gold icon's not that horrible though. Like, it's bad, but it's actually quite a bit better than both silver and bronze icon as far as how many points it is. Because you might be able to convert it into gold marks at a certain point, if you could use it to get to a threshold. So initially it gives you nothing, but it might give you like, 70, 80, 90 gold marks at some point. So even though initially it's nothing, it can be converted into something that's not useless. Whereas the bronze and silver ones give so few points that it's basically pointless. But at least the gold icon is kind of useful if you can convert it into gold marks when applicable to go get a leaderboard. Which reminds me, I'm in a low enough rank to go do that this week, right? Because I believe I got demoted to this rank. Yeah. So we got to use that this week to go get first, second, or third. So I'll do that by the end of the week. I'll go through a bunch of totems. Not right now, but later in the week once we kind of know what we need. And then we'll be good to go. And then we'll just be able to go and convert that into gold marks then. These points themselves don't really mean much, but the gold marks that they can give you are pretty decent. Could even be better than the 20 gold mark drop that you can get from them. From those chests. Because if you get like 4 gold medal thingies, you can easily convert that into like 80 or 90 gold marks. Like pretty much more gold marks than you would have gotten if you just got the 20 drops. The only problem is the other 2 icons don't do nearly as much. But they can still help towards that goal, I guess. But the ratio of how much they convert into is very small compared to the gold icon. Alright, we got our 3 Valhawks now, right? So we should probably just do the rest of them on PvP then. I mean on, well, I could do PvP if we wanted to, but we'll probably do the rest of them on Explore 12. I think we've been doing Wild Plains lately, so let's go over to Wild Plains. Just using a, pretty standard Flower Dragon quick kill. But I'll use this for the rest of our booster. And you know what? I'll even bring out the EXP booster. Might as well. Go for a full 15 minutes. Get over our bonus and everything. Alright, let me go get the other thing out as well. Might as well. Gonna have to use them some point this week. Might as well use them now. There we go. Also, I didn't take the PvP league thing. He's mentioning the demotion, which is actually a good thing. We actually want to be demoted out of Diamond. The whole strategy with that is ideally what happens is we are in Diamond rank and then we get demoted. And then the following week we go get like first, second, or third place in Ruby. And then that brings us back to Diamond. But then the following week in Diamond we do nothing, or you know, not nothing, but basically bare minimum dailies for PvP. And then we get demoted again. And ideally you keep doing that over and over and over again. And if you do, you average about 40 gold marks per week extra from doing that. Compared to if you were in Diamond the whole time not making a leaderboard. But you basically alternate between bare minimum PvP when you're in Diamond rank. And then once you get demoted to Ruby, you go all out and make top 3. And just keep alternating between the two over and over again. And that comes out to roughly 40 gold marks a week. On top of every other gold mark thing. Which, you know, that's not like a huge amount of reward, but you don't really have to do that much for it. You can even just use the icons to do it and just push up on those weeks. Like, we don't even have to do a ton of PvP. We just have to throw, like, several icons at it and we'll be good to go. Any spears from anything. Oh, a Mimic already! First Explore 12 and we already got a Mimic. Is today the day we finally get our 3rd Horde Mimic? The elusive thing that's been going for like 4 years now that still doesn't want to drop for no reason. Nope. We get double Anu though. That's pretty nice. Double Anu is solid. Unfortunately, not quite what we're looking for. But far from the worst thing that could have been, for sure. Oh, this could be something we're looking for, though. Just gem keys. Still worth it, but pretty average loot. If we want gem keys, we would just open up all of our vault keys. Though, in all fairness, we do need gem keys this Friday for the new mythic. Oh, yeah, I was opening that page earlier and never went over it, did I? We were going to look over the new mythic that's coming out this Friday. I tried to open the page. We were waiting for it to load. And then I never went back to go look at it. Okay, let's go get the white screen jump scare. Alright, where is it? It's right over here. It's a Darkstone Mythic. Brown, yellow, green, 22 mana cost, Daemon Knight. Oh, that's a bad sign. Daemon Knight is already giving me concern that whatever I'm about to read is really bad. What kingdom is this for? Darkstone. It deals magic. Also, keep in mind, this isn't human. This is a human-based kingdom, and it's not human. It deals magic times 1.5 plus 3 damage to all enemies. Okay, that's not bad. Good start already. Create a mix of green and red gems. Boosted by diseased and poisoned enemies at a 1-to-1. Isn't that kind of what Truffle does, except without the extra turn on it? Is this basically just higher damage Truffle? I'm pretty sure this is higher damage Truffle. Isn't Truffle like almost this exact thing? Disease and poison a random enemy when matching for an extra turn. Also has immune to all stats effects, so impervious. And 25% reflect. Huh, that's weird. They made Mythic Truffle, but without extra turn. They basically made Truffle into a Mythic, but made it weaker. Like they do with a lot of things when they make it into a Mythic for some reason that I can't explain. But, isn't that not what Truffle does? It deals damage to all enemies, creates a mix of 2 colors, boosted by poison and diseased, but he has auto extra turn. Any disease is a random enemy per extra turn. But this new guy, he has 0.5 times more damage. So almost, what is that? Like a third higher damage because of the 1.5 times ratio. So he has way more damage than Truffle. Only a 4 higher mana cost. Has impervious, which is huge. And gets the disease and poison instead of just disease. So he gets both the things he needs for his ratio rather than just one. It also creates green and red instead of the... Oh, no, he still uses green. I was going to say, does he not use one of those colors? Yeah, he still uses green. But it is basically just Mythic Truffle, but without the auto extra turn. Okay, that's interesting. It's definitely usable, but I don't know. When are you really using that over Truffle? I guess to some degree you could use them together as well. Like, it fixes the issue Truffle has in that it doesn't do enough damage. But is very specifically missing the main core mechanic that makes Truffle good. A.k.a. the auto extra turn. So not having that is a little problematic. But yeah, it's basically just weaker Truffle, but stronger occasionally. Like, it's stronger if it doesn't lose its turn. It is stronger than Truffle. The problem is it's more likely to lose its turn by a lot. As long as you're not frozen, Truffle has a 100% chance you won't lose your turn. Whereas that thing has a good solid like 30-ish% chance, depending on board state, that you'll lose your turn. Like somewhere's around 30, 40 something percent. Somewhere's around there. Or Truffle you just keep doing over and over and over and over again. So even though it has lower damage, it doesn't really matter too much. It just takes a little longer to apply the damage. But no, we'll definitely mess around with it when it comes out. It's definitely usable. I just don't really see... Oh, wow. Already another Mimic. I just don't really see much of a use case for when you're really going to bring that out. The Impervious is definitely really nice on it, though. Because, of course, one big downside of Truffle is what if it gets frozen, which it does a lot in the current state of the game. Whereas this new upcoming Mythic completely fixes that issue. Let's see what the Mimic has. Nice! Our second double Anu tonight. We already got like half of an Anu medal. Just from 2 Mimics. Not bad at all. I still really wish there was a way to disable the Genie and Damon whenever they come up there. I wonder if they have data on how few people have taken them. Because the data has to show that like 99+% of people skip them. Like, I could see the reason why you would take it in maybe like Underspire or something. But the amount of people that skip them in Explore has to be like 99 point something percent. Like something absurdly high. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the Friday Mythic now. That's actually not that bad. Like, it's in the category where you're definitely going to use it occasionally. It's also probably pretty good in the context of Darkstone Kingdom. As it has things like Thrall and such just synergize really well with it. Please keep in mind, Thrall gets auto extra turn when there's 13+ red on the board. Wow, what is our Mimic luck tonight? This is our third 2 times Mimic. Still no 5 times tonight, though. And it's also back-to-back Mimic. On top of it being the third. So far, every single one has dropped double Anu. You gonna also do double Anu? No, scammed. I only got 2 double Anus. That one just had all 3 of the lowest ones. Unfortunate. But yeah, let's keep going until we use up these boosters, I guess, at this point. Cash in on the extra gold and the XP. Not the best way to cash in on the XP, though. This is one of the better ways to cash in on the gold other than using an actual gold farming team. But I'm mostly doing this from the for the medals, though, of course. The extra gold and XP is just nice. Also, one thing we could kind of try doing, too, if we want to go for the XP farm. Since the 11-year anniversary of the game is in a little over a month, I might try pushing for level 2000 by then. And see if by the 11th year we can hit level 2000 finally. I think we're going to try doing that, which means next Vault event... Actually, when's next Vault event? Let me go double check the thingy. Next Vault event, I think we have to go all out. Because that's the last Vault event prior to the Journey thing. Oh no, we'll see. But, yeah, I might try pushing for level 2000. We're so close. I think we're 1996 right now. So we only need to get 4 more levels. Take a little bit less since this level's already worked into a little bit. We need 4 levels for level 2000 finally. Originally was going to do it by the end of the year, but we're making enough progress on it that we could potentially do it by the 11-year anniversary. Technically, by the actual 11-year anniversary, we're definitely going to get it done because the actual 11-year anniversary of the game isn't until late November. Though for whatever reason, they always celebrate it a little bit earlier in the month. Even though I believe November 23rd or so is the actual anniversary of the game. But normally they celebrate it in like the middle of November. Like a week or two earlier. Still can't believe it's been 11 years. It's kind of crazy. That's been that long already. So I'll check after this battle how much more our timers still have, because it doesn't set up a timer for the timers. And the game itself doesn't ever tell you what it is. Gotta go to a menu in the middle of nowhere. Still kind of surprised they never really put it on the battle menu or something. Alright, we got 3 minutes left on the XP, and the gold booster's probably already almost done, if not already. Let's go finish it out strong for one more set of Explorer. We could probably finish out this set and then do one more set after this, I think. Oh, I should have taken brown there, but it's fine. Brown to purple. There's one really bad thing about Pharaoh and Takshaka and all those troops that came into the game. It's the same issue that I end up having with Treasure Hunt when they end up adding the quicker speed to the game. But because these things do so much value just for ending your turn, it is normally better value to just end your turn almost immediately regardless of how good the move is, rather than play it out correctly. Obviously for things like Guild Wars and such, you normally have to think more and plan out every single move. But troops like Pharaoh, Takshaka, and similar combined with 4 times speed makes it so normally your best move is just immediately take the first thing you see that's movable and then just next turn get their ability to proc and then just immediately win the battle. Because they just give so much value for immediately ending your turn, regardless of how good the value the actual move is. And Treasure Hunt has the same issue because ever since they added 4 times speed, it is pretty much always better just to mash take moves on the board than it is to bother actually playing out like a full Treasure Hunt completely properly. Unless you're trying for the double Vault achievement. But aside from that, the best way to play Treasure Hunt is literally just spam click the first move you see. And that is kind of applied to a lot rest of the game with these really quick mana accumulation options. With the exception of Guild War and any game mode where it's like really important not to lose the battle. Except for like Explorer, it doesn't matter at all. Like if you lose a battle, you just, you know, do it again. There are very few game modes where it actually really matters a lot to not lose. This will be the last set we get in for now then. But we are going to need to keep throwing in some more Explore 12 grind here and there because we've been really slacking on it the last few years. We're getting to the point where all the kingdoms are starting to catch up with all the upgrades we need. And the glory orbs aren't going to cut it completely. because I need to upgrade the low rarity stuff, and obviously we're not going to use the glory orbs on like an ultra rare or something. That'd be a complete waste. So we're going to need explore 12 tokens to go offset all that. Because we're at the point where we're about to get like 4 more kingdom upgrades in the next, like, probably by the end of the year almost. At current rate. Especially because the 11-year anniversary is probably going to give a ton of them as well. On top of all the events between now and then. Because we'll have another new season within that time and stuff like that as well. Because this season's going all the way to like, what, late November or something? Because we're on week 3 right now. So I guess till pretty much the end of November. We still have another one this year. Double Orpheus, not bad. But there we go. All boosters have been used. We're all caught up. I need 3 more. I gotta go do 3 more real quick. We can't leave it at 3. Alright, we'll do 1 more set, actually. I lied. 1 more set because I need 3 more battles, and we might as well do all 5. If we're already doing 3. I didn't realize we're that close on the weekly stars. Obviously, we'll get this automatically regardless of what we do, but I kind of want to get it now since we're already here. Might as well. Normally, it doesn't matter too much gaining those stats early, unless it was like a Guild War week or something. But not yet. 2 weeks for Golvania week. And of course, once that rolls around, we'll cover a bunch of teams that week, of course, in the Monday video. As well as probably cover another Defend Teams video. Trying to think of which ones I haven't done yet. Because we've done what? We did blue, we did green, we did red. So I guess we still have the other 3 colors. And then we'll probably go back to just only doing green or something. Because I still feel like green layout is the best by a mile and a half. But blue probably being the second best, both for its freeze effect, but also because the final room has access to a couple things the other areas don't, like rope dart, for example. It also has access to Mirage Queen into Flower Dragon. We'll still be able to run Maelstrom Dagonoth and stuff like that. So you can get a little bit of a stronger mana setup with it. Compared to green that doesn't have any way to 50% mana start your Flower Dragon. But it does have access to Leprechaun and stuff, so it kind of offsets it a little. But there's no way to 50% your Flower Dragon or your Stellaryx with green layout. Because the only ways to do that is under blue, red, and yellow. With blue being the strongest of those 3 colors. Oh, I already went through all the motions. We already went through all of them, didn't we? Wait. I forgot we just went all the way through the chest again. There we go. Alright, let's go claim it. What do we get here? Anything good? What stat did we just get? I wish it would show up on that screen. Oh, we just got HP. It's not that important, but a little bit extra. Also, what does this axe look like all the way at the end? Boom, 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 boom. And then boom. Wait, what even happens at the final 2? Oh, it's the eye thing. That mostly opens up there. Nice. But anyways, guys, we will be back, I guess at this point, next week's Monday. I will be covering a video for the Friday Mythic, of course, when that comes out. It's basically an alternative truffle. It's another one of those situations where they turn a non-mythic into a mythic and then make it weaker. However, it is still really good. They're turning one of the best extra turn loop troops in the entire game into a mythic by removing its best part, its infinite extra turn, but giving it more power because they gave it impervious, they gave it a better final trait, and they gave it more damage by like 1/3 extra. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how that pans out. But under the Darkstone restriction, I'm not sure when you're really going to run it, because if you're allowed to use anything, you're almost always going to want truffle over this new mythic. But there would be some niche situations where you would still bring it. Especially in situations where you might want disease and the death mark. I mean, the poison. There's also another interesting circumstance where you would bring it out. And that is in a game mode where you're allowed to use truffle and this thing. You can use it to offset your truffle. So you can use one truffle and one of this and kind of have both of them on your team. So you could do something like Forest Troll, Truffle, the new guy that's coming out on Friday, and then put your other troop in last slot, like your hero with 50% dispel, or 50% mana starting to dispel with some weapon. Like that could be a pretty good option as well. So maybe that's going to be its biggest synergy. Is just using it with a truffle. Instead of using double truffle, use one truffle in this. Because the issue with one truffle is you only get double disease. But if you have this and the truffle, the new mythic, it has poison as well. So you have double disease, and 1 to 2 that get disease also gets poisoned for the full boost ratio for both. So that will probably be the game plan then. Is you basically just make a standard truffle team, but in the second truffle, you replace it with this new mythic. So yeah, he's actually not going to be that bad then. It's just you're generally going to be using it with the truffle unless you're doing like a pure Darkstone team or something. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for everyone's generosity. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciated. We will be back next week's Monday as far as all the weekly stuff. And Friday, we'll have the video going up on all of the new mythic. Messing with teams, going over everything with that, and go from there. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for always for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.